everyone, it's Christian. I am so excited to say that in the last 3 days, I got almost 90 views on my last video for non-epileptic seizures. It is very inspiring to know that I am raising awareness in some way about non-epileptic seizures. It's just not talked about enough, and so I'm pretty pumped about that. So today I'm gonna try to make it as brief as possible. I know my last video was 15 minutes long. I know that you guys have a lot to do, and so I appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos and to raise awareness about non-epileptic seizures. Today I want to talk about my symptoms. I had briefly touched base on that in my last video, but I really want to get into it today about my pre-auras and what happens during the seizures and after the seizures. So let's go back and touch base on what non-epileptic seizures and epileptic seizures are. Non-epileptic seizures, they often mimic epileptic seizures, but there is no abnormal brain activity going on. So normally non-epileptic seizures are triggered through high amounts of stress or just not knowing how to handle a situation correctly. Now obviously it is not in your control. It's not in my control necessarily. Like when it happens, it happens. It's not like you're making a conscious decision to say, hey, I'm going to have a seizure today because that's what I do. But no, that is not the case at all. And if anyone understands that, I definitely understand that, okay? Epileptic seizures are where there are abnormal brain activities going on. And so usually those patients are treated through medications, where non-epileptic seizures aren't usually treated with any neuro medications. So going into my symptoms of what I experienced prior to my actual seizure, I call them pre-auras. So they are like auras that happen before the actual seizure comes on. I often experience confusion, large amounts of confusion. Usually this happens during an argument that I'm having. Ironically, I don't get severely stressed out at work. Work is like my peaceful place. Like I work in the PICU, and so you would think that would be the most stressful area of my life, but ironically it's not. In fact, that brings me a sense of fulfillment and peace, and just knowing that I found my place in life there. I'm very passionate about it, and so that's a good thing. Other areas in my life, it's usually over everyday things, like arguments with my husband, or arguments with a friend, or just anything that would be high amounts of stress where I feel like I don't have control over the situation. So often for the pre-auras, I often experience high amounts of confusion, and it's like my brain it literally feels the pressure in my frontal lobe. So from here to all over here to the front. Mainly, it's kind of like wearing a headpiece. It's like right here to right here. So once that confusion comes on, the next step is foggy thinking. And when I say foggy thinking, it is exactly how it sounds. It is foggy thinking. It is like being in a field full of fog. You can't see anything in front of you. You can't see anything behind you or beside you. All you can see is yourself and what is going to happen. You know that at this point, things are not pretty good for you. At this point, you're almost on the verge of having an anxiety attack, which often that's what happens for me. After the confusion and the foggy thinking, then comes irritability. So the more that person tries to talk to me and calm me down and whatever it may be, I just get more irritable. I need to be in pure silence. But sometimes even in the most silent place, it's not enough for me, because by then my body is already in the process of preparing for the seizure. So I tried to do meditation, I tried to do breathing exercises, I tried to do whatever I can to make myself feel at peace. And so 95% of the time, I would say that after the irritability comes weakness throughout my body. I then become dead weight almost, and I can slowly feel myself having an out-of-body experience. I can slowly see my physical body going through this trauma that my brain can feel, that my body can feel, and it is absolutely terrifying. It's terrifying, and I feel myself losing control. I feel myself in the midst of the fear and knowing that there is nothing I can do about it at this point. Knowing that a seizure is about to come on and, oh my God, I can't stop it. So at that point, after I've already had the out-of-body experience, the weakness, the confusion, the foggy thinking, I then start to have loss of speech. I can't make coherent sentences, and then usually it turns into like mumble jumble. And at that point, that's when I slowly start to go into my non-epileptic seizures. And my non-epileptic seizures usually are consisted of either absent seizures or of upper body tremors, like I was talking about in my other video. The upper body tremors are the more common one, ironically, as of lately. When this all first started, I was having more of the absent seizures. But as I am trying to deal with all of this and learn what it means to be a non-epileptic patient, I find that my body is responding to, like, in tremor form, because I think that my body is going through a whole lot more. Often during these seizures, my hands will start to stiffen up, my limbs will start to tense up, and I cannot move. I will have upper body tremors, my head will often shake, and I have no recollection of what happens from the pre-auras until I come to. So in between that space, I have no recollection of what's going on. I just remember what's happening prior to. Often, I don't remember anything past the foggy thinking. So if you go back and you listen, foggy thinking is about step number 2, usually. My best friend, Lauren, and my husband are the 2 people in my life that have actually seen these episodes happen. And it has taken them a while to really understand how to help me through this. It can be terrifying. It can be so embarrassing at times. It can be... you can feel defeated in those moments. And I want to tell you that that is normal. It is an absolute normal feeling to feel defeated, to feel embarrassed, and to feel terrified. Those are normal. And I don't think that I will ever get used to these. But I will say one thing, like I said in my other video, I'm trying to raise awareness, but as I go along through my CBT class, I want to try to keep you updated on how my progress is and to tell you what's working, what may not be working for me. It might work for you. And I hope to bring encouragement into your life and that you understand, once again, you're not alone. The people who help take care of you are not alone. And give credit to those people, okay? Because they have to endure what you're going through. And so I thank you. I thank the caregivers from the bottom of my heart that you take the time to take care of us. And when I say us, I mean anyone who's going through any type of medical condition. So that's just a brief sum of what I go through. I was trying not to make this 15 minutes long, but if you have any questions at all, please feel free to comment below, okay? Feel free to message me and to ask questions and see how I'm making progress, to see what I have done that might help you. So, alright guys, until my next video, I am going to say peace. God bless you. I'm praying for you all. And thank you for watching my video.